All right. Mills Brothers, Long About Midnight. Hey, time now is 7:47 in the morning. It's Wednesday, June the 23rd, 2010. I got my famous brother here, and I just want to ask him, hey, famous brother, how did you get famous? How'd that happen? Anyway?
How that happened?
Did it happen overnight?
It did. It happened overnight. I woke up the next morning, and then my brother was on the radio saying, he's famous, and it happened.
No, that's not true.
How did it happen? You know how I started out being an engineer, a recording engineer, and decided I wanted to make music. And 10, 15 years ago, I started making music, and one day at a time, I worked my butt off. That's how I became famous overnight.
Over, 25 years or something like that, right?
Exactly.
Hey, I got a question also for you. I don't know all the answers to this because we were separated for so long.
Right.
Not separated, but you were on the
East. We had a divorce, didn't we?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Now, you were on the West Coast. I was on the East Coast. But tell me, what kind of education did you have? Just go through the education. This is interesting, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's a morning show, so I don't want...
keep the X-rated stuff out? Okay.
Well, that too.
So what? At the age of 14, do you remember this? I was 14 years old and went to the Eastman School of Music. If anybody out there knows about the Eastman, that is right. But I did a recording workshop. It went from Indiana to Rochester, New York at the age of 14. Age 18, I went out to L.A. and decided I wanted to be an engineer and decided, nope, L.A., it was too much for me, so I hightailed it back on the bus at 18. Then I went down to IU and worked with Jack Guilfoyle, a very dear buddy of mine, an amazing guy. And then I went off to England and did studies there at the University of Surrey. Then I came back, and then I got to be a writer, as in books. And then I decided...
How many books have you written total?
13 to 14, way too many for my own
amazing,
good. Yeah, it is. And then I just started getting into electronic music, which I love electronic music, and so that's
I'm not crazy about.
Yeah, well, yeah. So. Big surprise.
Somebody must like it because you were nominated for a Grammy this last time.
I was, and it was awesome. That whole process was amazing. And we went to the Grammys this year, and we got off a cruise ship in L.A. and went to the Grammys. How good is that?
Hey, didn't you work at Apple Studio? Did you say that Apple Studios in London?
I worked at the Music Centre, Delaney Lee, and which is in Wembley, north of London, and then from there. But I spent time hanging out and stuff at Abbey Road, so I did spend time at Abbey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's really made you famous is this last album called Collabs.
Collabs.
I think we talked about that the other day, but can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the record that my brother won't play, but the other guy will.
Because I can't.
Yeah, but the other guy, what's his name?
Dr. D will.
Dr. D
Thank
will.
you, Dr. D. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, collabs, it's short for collaborations, working with other artists. So it's me. Each song is collaborating with a different artist in the U.S., the U.K., and Italy, and it's way cool. It was a lot of fun. But I have a new project coming out where it's just me, which is a whole different ball of wax, and things are nice.
So you hang out with all the famous people, don't you?
Famous people hang out with famous people, right?
Hang out famously.
Come on. Jeez.
Well, I'm impressed. I don't know.
No, it's fun. Really, life's doing good. I'm having fun. That's what matters, isn't it?
But like I said, it happened like overnight, right? It just one day you found out.
Well, a Grammy nomination doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
then you do wake up and everybody all of a sudden is like, oh.
Yeah, right.
And
you're on your way to Germany.
For a
couple of months.
Yeah, heading off to Vienna, and then off to Berlin for 2 months to see how it is on the other side of the puddle for because that's where electronic music is.
That's where it's really.
That's
big.
Where you go, and that's what it is. So I'm going to go perform my butt off while Larry's here
hanging around here.
Uncle.
Who?
Uncle Oliver.
Cousin
Oliver. That's right.
Go. And don't you forget it.
Cousin Oliver.
All right. Let's listen to a little John Pizzarella. So get off of this famous stuff. Get out of here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.